Hey guys, this is Travis from the Third Gear Speed Shop with a shop update on a new project that I just started. Just got this vacuum formed body here in the mail a while ago. It's a vacuum formed Camaro late model dirt car. I guess you could use it for asphalt as well, but got it from Ron Kuhn Resins, and I've been working on it a little bit, and wanted to build a late model dirt car. I remember watching these old dirt cars back when I was a kid at Anderson Motor Speedway, not too far from my house. We would go to the dirt track races. I think they ran on Friday nights, and I remember watching Leon Archer and Buck Simmons and Freddie Smith, those guys in the NDRA class. Anyway, I thought I would build one of my own, and so far it's been really fun to build. These vacuum form bodies come, basically, if you're not familiar with the process, it's a flat sheet of 40 thousandths, I think, styrene that they heat up, and then while it's hot, it's not melting, but when it's pliable, they put it down over a buck or a form, and then use a vacuum table to suck it down onto the form while it's still pliable. And then after it cools, it takes the shape of whatever is underneath it, the buck. So when you get it, the wheel wells and the windows and everything are in it. You have to cut all that out, which is pretty cool because you can kind of make it your own shape, and make it however you want to make it. So basically what I did was took a drill and drilled the corners of the vacuum form body, and then made straight cuts to my holes that I made for a rough cut. And then I just used these like small swizzle stick to sanding blocks, and I use these fingernail files. They have different grit on each side. So anyway, just use that to get the openings nice and smooth, and the wheel openings I did the same way until I got the wheel opening that I wanted. And then with the since these were fiberglass bodies, they would come in panels and rivet them together. I've been going around the whole body and just carefully making cuts. I made a cut here. There's one you can see here, there, and I'm not quite finished, but I've got one in the trunk there. So basically, I just cut it and then carefully use the Tamiya, or this green stuff, liquid cement, to mold it, or to weld it back together to make it look like it's a seam. And then I'm going to go in and make some go in with a smaller drill bit than this, but go in and drill all my rivets and put small little pieces of rod in there to make it look like it's riveted together. Still have to do the nose. I've got the line drawn where I'm going to do the nose, and I still have to cut the hood out of it. So I've just been working with it solid now, the front solid, and then I'm going to cut it out once I have a little better handle on the frame. Regarding the frame, I've got a combination of things going on here. I used the Chrysler kit car. I got one of the Duster Jim Cushman kits. So from Let me get a pointer here. From here back to here is the Cushman kit car. And then from the front clip is AMT NASCAR. So from here up to all the gray plastic that you see is the NASCAR AMT. It's a Chevy Lumina AMT NASCAR kit that donated its front clip. And then all the white plastic you see is stuff that I've just been scratch building. I scratch built a rear bumper, and I'm in the process of these support bars right here. I'll do one on this side. I still have to do the gas tank. And then in the front, I did a kind of a crash bar up front. And then these little tabs right here allow me on the body, I don't know if you can see this, similar to what I did with the 55, I put in some angled strip. I don't know if you can see that well, but it's a 90-degree angled strip right there that then I can take my frame and then body's still a little flimsy, but I can, sorry, my hand's in the way. If you can see that, these little points here, I'll be able to glue straight to the body once it's all said and done. At this stage, I can sort of slide it around, you know, and get my where my wheel wells should go. And then if you can see in the front there's my crash bar, and in the rear, that's my my rear bumper. So still have to figure out where my spoiler is going to be. I've sort of penciled it in a little bit. I'm going to do a rear spoiler on it. And so the wheels and tires, I've got from Plastic Performance Products. I got the wide fives again, and then these are the tires. They're the Hoosier square tread, so they're going to be the wheels and tires for it. So I'm pretty excited. It's been it's fun. It's going to be a long project because I still have to do all the roll cage and everything. I'm probably gonna I don't know if I'm gonna do crossover headers on the engine or not, but I do have some engine parts coming from Ron at Ron Kuhn Resins, so I'm going to be getting the engine together. I may do crossover headers that exit out the out this side, and I may not. So just stay tuned for that. We'll see. I might do some testing to see if my efforts in doing crossover headers are going to be fruitful, or if they're just going to be a pain, and I won't do that. The another thing to note is the kit car, the Chrysler kit car, comes with this really cool quick change and leaf spring setup. So the earlier car, this car is going to be around 1980, 81, and before they went coilovers in the rear, most of these cars used springs, leaf springs in the rear. So the kit cars come with this nice rear end. Looks like a Winters quick change and leaf spring setup. And that's the reason I went with this rear clip, is because of the spring rear end setup. I was going to go with a NASCAR rear end, but it just wasn't working out because they use coilovers. But now I can, my rear end is nice and tidy with that nice quick change setup. So I think the period correctness of it is coming together nicely, and I'm excited about that. And the detail isn't so bad on these. Leaf springs sometimes can be kind of blobby, but these look pretty good. So Another quick note is over here, I've got some resource material. I've got some old stock car magazines. So this is the Buck Simmons. There was two of these cars. Can't remember who drove the other one. But anyway, Buck Simmons car. And then over here, I've got some old stock car magazines that show reference of the, frames. And these old NASCAR or stock car magazines come in really handy when it comes to parts. The ads and stuff are really, really cool. And so I have over here, I have a stack of stock car racing magazines. I pulled some out from 1980, 81 to give me an idea of what I need to, how I need to build this car. So it's always good to have, source material that is applicable to your project. So anyway, that's about it for this update. I will try to keep you updated as this project progresses, but like I said, it's probably going to be a longer project. I'm taking my time. I'm not going to rush through it. I might actually try to do a little bit more detailing than I normally do. I've never done braided lines, and I think I might invest in doing some braided lines on this build and make it a little bit more of a not a full-on, extreme detailed build, but a little bit more detail than I normally put into my projects. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching and stay tuned.